Walk, run, crawl. Walk, run, crawl. Deep divers. That's what Boston Dynamics programmed a robot to do, to walk, run, and crawl, but instead, it started to breakdance. That's right. Even the cat down the road was shocked. It started to breakdance, deep divers, busting out moves like you got robots dancing out here. Not just any dancing, but breakdancing. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, deep divers. Well, you better believe it because AI is getting really sophisticated, okay? So Boston Dynamics put out a video of Atlas. That's what the robot is called, breakdancing. And some people are saying, okay, that's so cool. This is a beautiful technological feat. And some people are like really concerned because AI might replace your deep divers. Oh my gosh. Things they're not telling you about AI. This information I'm going to share with you is literally going to blow your mind and also help you become your greatest version. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real. Hit the like button right now if you support The Real Deep Divers because we got a whole lot to talk about. Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers, all magical and fly, just...
All right, now this one will be for everybody, right? Because looking out for everybody is the best way to look out for the next generation. And so I want to try and speak on this subject in terms of what is the best thing for you to do to minimize any negative effects of technology like this, right? Because the people that are in that environment and a part of that of robotics and making it happen, they're not going to be concerned about the average Joe, right? They feel like what they're doing is going to take the people into the future. But if our growth is not matching, or if our production is not matching our growth, I think I'm saying that right, people are going to get left behind. And for me, I don't believe that's the natural order of things, right? Things are supposed to gradually grow as you're working on the people. You're also, keep in mind, the bigger the population, the stronger the civilization. They sit up here and try to confuse you, telling you it ain't enough food to feed everybody and all this type stuff. That is lies, right? The bigger the population, the stronger the civilization. And so when you got leaders that don't care and are all about themselves and profiting off of your struggle and your pain, they're not thinking in the future in terms of what's going to affect the world long term. And if they do, they really don't care. So this is not the only planet with intelligent life on it. I think most people will agree that just making an educated guess, it would only make sense that there's other life out there, right? And a lot of people believe that that life is way more advanced than us. And they have stronger weapons, much more technology, and if they were to attack us, would pretty much end us pretty easily. Especially if we're busy fighting each other, right? I doubt that will happen, because if it was going to happen, I believe it would have already happened. And some say it has already happened, but the target was not us. It was not to destroy us, right? But if there is ever a time where that would be the case, where there is another species out there looking to destroy us, the best defense we're gonna have is our numbers, because that is the most important thing to a civilization: maintaining your strength in numbers. With your strength in numbers, you have more brain power. You discover, you create, you build. Everything is boosted. So we probably would have already been traveling. If we had our stuff together, we probably already would have had people living on the moon. We probably do, but we would have known that people are living on the moon, right? Or wherever. We would have had people living in the spaceship. It would have been happening, because our production would have been much higher if we wasn't so focused on destroying each other. Now back to the robotics. That's going to take a lot of jobs. It's probably going to replace the military. The rich will weaponize it against the people, especially unless they have morals, they're definitely going to weaponize it against the people. And so your strength in numbers and your organization is the only thing that's going to help you in that situation. And how do you organize in order to utilize your strength in numbers? First, you have to separate from those you don't get along with, or those that don't get along with you, or those that don't want to get along with you. We got so much going on. We have no choice but to separate into small communities, because so many different beliefs and so many different cultures and the race thing, we have no choice but to separate into small communities of people that share the same beliefs and want to accomplish the same goals. Okay? That is what was taken from you long ago. When we were smaller communities, we had that leader in that community. That leader was taken out of your community and turned against you. So maintaining your leadership in your community is essential for you, for your growth and development, and to keep a strong, solid foundation. When that leadership is in your community, that community is right there to keep that leader in line. That leader, I don't believe leaders should hold secrets. If they're keeping secrets from you and telling you it's for your own good, that's BS. That tells me they don't respect you. They don't respect your intelligence. And therefore, they're leading you to your demise. Now, there are some that are just twisted in the head and think they're doing the right thing. But for the most part, it's never a good thing if they are keeping secrets from you. You deserve to know everything that is going on. There is no excuse for that. And I know a lot of y'all would probably make excuses, but there is no excuse for leaders not letting you know everything that's going on, unless they can't trust you. They don't trust everybody in the community. And the only reason that would be the case is if the community is corrupted. And if the community is corrupted, it's because y'all are expanding y'all are not expanding properly, right? You're not growing properly. And you can thank wars and stuff for that. People got aggressive, went and attacked other villages, raped the women, took people hostage, put them into slavery, and brought them into their community, made slaves out of them, eventually end up letting them roam around in their community once it gets so big. Now you got a bunch of people that hate each other and got a reason to want to screw each other over. Enemies from the outside get in and manipulate all that. All that created a mess. War creates destruction. Sometimes it's necessary, but if it's not properly organized war and people are not aware of what's going on and people are not on the same page, it easily can become chaotic, dysfunctional, and everything can go to crap from that. But now that we are more advanced, more intelligent, and more aware of what's going on, now is the time for us to reorganize things. Rebuild those healthy communities so that they can raise healthy children. Because right now, everybody is suffering from some type of trauma. Every race, every community, everybody got some type of trauma because they haven't been raised properly. So in order for them to focus on healing themselves, they got to be forced to deal with themselves. Everybody that's on the same page, all the people that want to screw people over, when you lead them in a community by themselves and they ain't got nobody to screw over but themselves, they gonna get right. They gonna get right. When you got a bunch of people that are just trying to get by and you put them in the community by themselves, they gonna figure it out. Each one of those communities should have a leader that they respect and want to follow. And that leader will represent their community in the eyes of all the other leaders. And all those other leaders will come together and organize the country and do what's best for the country, right? And so what that means is we lost that when we lost those individual leaders representing us in those communities. When they started getting corrupted and taken out of the community and into their own groups because they stopped caring about the people or just knew they was going to be up to no good and knew they wasn't going to do well if they stayed. That was the key thing that has put us in the situation that we're in now, and that's what needs to be fixed. When those leaders come together and discuss taxes and stuff like that, the community should pay taxes, right? Not the individuals within that community. That community should pay taxes because they have the right to their land. They have the right to live independently. And but if they form a country, if those leaders come together and be like, let's form a country and we will invest this amount, we can all put an equal share in so that we could build and organize a military to defend this country, invest in new technology for the scientists and all this type of stuff. All that stuff should come from the people. Well, not necessarily from the individual people, but from the communities those people are a part of. Because they build their own wealth. They grow their own food. They develop their own unique ways to generate wealth. Rather, this community might just be experts at inventing new technology. This one might be experts at some type of sports or something. You know what I'm saying? They might be very athletic and are very entertaining. They might produce a bunch of entertainment for the world to share with the world, and they get their income like that. Listen, communities should never be broken, and their independence should never be taken. Once that happens, you lose control of your life, your children's life. You lose control of your legacy. You lose control of any purpose that's your own. Versus right now, in this, everybody's purpose is to try and break free of all this craziness. But if this craziness doesn't exist, guess what you can focus on? Making the world a better place in your own unique ways. There will always be drama. There will always be stuff going on. But when you have a community that you know loves and cares about you, y'all have what it takes to get through it. Your minds are much healthier. You're raising much healthier minded children who are even more prepared than you are to deal with whatever's coming next, right? You raise them to be smarter intellectually or academically, whatever it is y'all are focused on. And y'all really need to give that some thought. I'm probably gonna go ahead and cut this video, but because I could go on and on this subject, because a lot of this stuff goes real deep on it, so I'm sure most of y'all should know. But look, that is the answer to our issues right now. That is the only answer. We can't continue operating within this matrix. It's no good for us. It ain't gonna do nothing but destroy your legacy. Even the people running the damn and maintaining the matrix, they ain't gonna have much going on in the future. If you destroy each other and then another civilization spots you and decides to want to come and destroy you, you done destroyed all your strength fighting yourself. You can't defend yourself. So you out here living on spaceships and stuff. You done destroyed your planet. You didn't take care of it. Most of your population is gone. But this healthier, much more successful place recognizes that you got rid of the only thing that could have helped you against them. And that's unity. Healthy, structured unity.